Hey Internet, we know you're sitting at home, listening to some podcasts. You know what you're craving? Some new music. We're still here for you. Pandemic be damned. Every Friday, we still stock the latest and greatest music new releases. And you know what you should do?
What?
Pre-order that shit. If you head over to our website, darksiderecords.com, you can pre-order all kinds of stuff. Limited edition box sets, Tom Petty's Wildflowers, if you know what I'm talking about. Indie exclusive special editions only available at independent record stores. There's all kinds of stuff. You can pre-order on the phone, you can pre-order on the site, you can pre-order in the store, and if you can't make it in, we'll ship it right to you. Not just that, we've got free shipping options. So head on over to our website, darksiderecords.com, pre-order some shit. There's all kinds of great new music, and guess what? The Best of the Year podcast is coming up quick. So you better start cranking out listening to some new tunes again so you can submit your top 10 list to us in December. Wink, wink.
Hey, Darkside fans. Justin from Darkside Records here, unashamedly telling you to plan ahead. If you're considering getting a new turntable for the holiday season, getting somebody else a turntable for the holiday season, you might want to think about sooner rather than later. Don't know if you heard, but we had this little thing called a pandemic, which kept a lot of people at home for a long time. And you know what that means? Our suppliers have literally told us that there will be no new turntable shipments until 2021. So basically, the stock that we have now is the stock that we have for the entire holiday shopping season this year. So don't wait. We have awesome bundles available. We even added a new pair of speakers into the mix this year. So we have bundles starting at $230 all the way up to sky's the limit. Mix and match. We got a price for everything. Come in, talk to one of us. We'll show you everything that's on display. Get you set up for good times or bad times. Your choice.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. I'm just here, sitting by my fireplace at home. I've got a nice scotch here in my glass that I'm swirling around, and I'm enjoying a great read.
Where'd you get that great read?
Of course I got it at Darkside Records. What, you didn't know Darkside Records is in the book game? Well, guess what, baby? We're in that shit!
Biblio! So good, I knocked the mic over with just the power of reading. That's right, pick up all your new books right here at Darkside Records. Guess what? You can buy from a local independent retailer, not some corporate schmegma.
Ugh.
Exactly, corporate schmegma, no one's a fan.
Fiction, non-fiction, biographies, autobiographies, autoerotic biographies.
And so much more. If we don't have it, we're happy to get it in for you.
It's the perfect complement to a great album. So stop in, pick up a book, pick up a record, and enjoy a nice, classy evening. I hope these fire sound effects that I put in here are working for you guys.
Pass me my snifter of brandy, will you?
Oh, why don't I? Mm.
I'm just gonna curl up on the bearskin.
This is the Darkside Records and Gallery podcast.
All right, look, before we get to anything, we got something incredibly important we got to talk about. No, it's not Record Store Day. No, it's not the money that we raise for Donors Choose. Somebody actually left us a review on our Apple Podcasts.
What?
Yeah, a 2-star review, no text. Which I gotta say, I feel like is maybe the first honest review we've gotten.
You know, it's the podcaster equivalent to meh. It's not hate, but I'm moving on.
Yeah. You know, I appreciate your honesty, anonymous person, whoever you are out there in the world. And I guess I should take this moment to remind everyone, hey, if you enjoy this podcast, head on over to iTunes or your favorite podcasting service. Leave us some stars and a review.
At least 2.
At minimum 2. I don't want to tell you how many to leave.
We're not going to tell you how to hate, but
I'll tell you that the average is 4.5.
how many of those did we pack in?
I'm going to say, well, we got 13 total.
So 12. How did you get 12 people to review?
Well, I made 6 iTunes accounts.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
That seems worth it.
I don't know who this person, username Bice is nice, said JB and the crew are, quote, the real thing, 5 stars.
5 stars.
I think that's actually Bo Bice.
Most likely.
Yeah, reviewing the podcast.
This one's funny. Love when they have Dina.
From Strokes Lover.
I'll be stroking.
Obviously, Clarence Carter's iTunes handle.
What's that one on the bottom left there?
By somebody named Geek Fight. Smart and funny are two words I don't know if I'd use to describe this, but I did laugh out loud several times. It gets better each edition. Plus, there's always a secret code for a coupon somewhere in each podcast for you cheapskates.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Should we do that again?
Bad review.
Okay, so that all being said, hey Internet.
Hey, Internet!
Welcome to the Darkside Records podcast, special Record Store Day edition. Droppy Doo number 2.
All done.
El Duque?
All done.
Okay. This is, of course, just a special edition that we do, our second special edition of the year, because this past Saturday was Record Store Day here at Darkside Records. Of course, Record Store Day has been split up amongst 3 dates this year to accommodate for social distancing. We just like to do an episode where we like to catch you up, interview some folks on the line, talk to some people, let you know what went down on this Record Store Day.
And, so before we hear about that, I guess we're going to talk a little bit about drop number 3.
That's right, because of course there is one more drop happening, October 24th. Again here, Darkside Records, 611 Duchess Turnpike in Poughkeepsie. Yeah. And same as the previous 2, there's going to be a whole slew of exclusive releases that you can only find at independent record stores. There's going to be free coffee, courtesy of the Poughkeepsie Grind, located 107 Main Street in Poughkeepsie. Our good friend Pat. There will be free ice cream, courtesy of Ben & Jerry's from Madison Ave in Albany. We'll be doing some kind of charity raffle. We'll be raising money for some kind of great local organization so we can give back a little as well.
And we're going to change up the sales a little bit. We're going to do something a little bit different and maybe even add in a couple categories. As, this is October 24th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got 20 and you got a 4 there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not good at math.
Okay, so then if you turn them around, you've got 4 and 20.
Ooh.
So that means we're having a smoke sale!
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks.
Smoke sale.
Okay. We just thought we would talk about some of the things that are coming out for the October one.
Yeah, a couple of highlights. We talked about this, way back in March now?
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's just a little reminder.
Same reminder, like we do for all the other ones. Social distancing is required. Wear a mask. Keep 6 feet apart. We've had 2 great dates so far where y'all have done that. We're
gonna go all the way this time.
You've been outstanding, Hudson Valley.
Third date's the charm.
You know what happens on third date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee enema.
Duh. So let's just talk about a couple things that are coming out.
Sure.
I'm going to start with one that's coming out. Booker T and the MGs, Macklemore Avenue. This is, of course, their tribute to Macklemore.
Isn't it Mecklemore?
I'm
There's no A in there.
I don't think I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I think it's their tribute to the 2000s rapper Macklemore.
Yeah, sure.
Thrift Shop.
Mm-hmm. Is that why it says 50th anniversary?
It is, of course, the 50th anniversary reissue of Booker T and the MGs tribute to the Beatles' Abbey Road. It's an all-analog mastering from the original tapes. It's Booker T and the MGs' Macklemore. McClaremore?
Maybe. McLaren's Carter.
Okay. Whatever the title is, it's just Booker T and the MGs laying it down, paying a tribute to the Beatles' Abbey Road. It's going to be a pretty rad one.
Yeah, that is actually going to be pretty cool. Everybody loves that little, the signature Booker T sound. Mm-hmm. It's going to put a little cool vibe on it. Mm-hmm. I probably picked this before on the original one, but I can't remember now.
You let us know in the comments, the listeners.
Miles Davis, Bitches Brew. The early sessions, the pre-recordings. So it's kind of the stuff, the seeds of what became Bitches Brew. And it's going to be kind of cool to hear the process. You got Wayne Shorter playing on there, Joe Zonal, some other people who I can't remember right now. Mm-hmm. But it's like the roots of what became the all-time classic Bitches Brew. And being presented here in that early form. So I think this is going to be a big one. The jazz pieces have done particularly well this year. Mm-hmm. I think people have maybe discovered a new genre while being locked up at home and trying to branch out of their same old 5 Nickelback records or something.
Mm-hmm. Another one I'll talk about real quick, which leads to the 420 sale that we're going to be having. The Obsessed are celebrating their 40th anniversary as a band with a reissue of their album Incarnate that they're calling Incarnate Ultimate Edition. If you don't know The Obsessed, they're led by Scott Wino Weinrich, but it's a band that's loved by all kinds of folks in the rock and metal community like Dave Grohl, Pepper Keenan, Henry Rollins, and Phil Anselmo. This is their album Incarnate, completely remastered with a whole bunch of new tracks, bonus gooch, artwork, photos, liner notes, all kinds of silly shit that'll go perfect with anything you buy on our Backwards 24 sale, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. That one's from Blues Funeral Recording, and there'll be 1,250 copies worldwide.
Another one, not on my personal list, but there's a lot of hype, a lot of buzz surrounding it, is the Grateful Dead piece for drop number 3. It's Buffalo 77, which I'm told is part of a trinity of the Holy Trinity of Grateful Dead shows from that week in 77. Now, I honestly don't know what the fuck that means. But apparently you deadheads do. And you really like you some 77 GD. So what we have here is a box set of Live at Buffalo on May 9th, 1977. It's got a custom etched 10th side. So it's a 5 LP box set. And it features arguably the best ever renditions of Help, Slip, Franklin's, and Comes a Time. Comes a Time, a Neil Young song? Or is it a Grateful Dead song? I don't know.
You'll find out when you listen.
I probably won't, but I know Comes a Time to be a Neil Young song.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It's the Grateful Dead. There's pretty much always a Grateful Dead piece for a record store day. This is the first one proper, of course, for Drop 2. We had the Jerry Garcia box set, so I guess it's only fitting that now we get a Holy Trinity piece, non-affiliated with the church just up the road from us, from the Grateful Dead Buffalo 77. And you know, I would say at least 3 of our regular diehard campers will be competing with one another just to get the first line for that one.
Yeah.
Be first in line for that one. That's what I'm trying to say.
Chris Brescia might stab you for it.
I don't know. Well, Withrow, he's like silent but deadly.
Don't bring knives to a record store.
No, please don't.
No shanks.
Your incense is fine.
Another one that's coming out. This is kind of an interesting one for soundtrack nerds. Brian, looking at you. This one is the Heart of Batman original soundtrack. Batman. Not that Batman. Animated series Batman.
Oh, I'm out.
I can't sing that theme song, though. This one is the soundtrack to Batman the Animated Series' documentary called Heart of Batman. With music from Makeup and Vanity Set, who you might recognize from other top charting podcasts known as Up and Vanished, To Live and Die in LA, and Atlanta Monster. Podcast fans.
Go on.
But this is kind of a cool one because the LP is packaged with a 12x12 booklet of artwork with never-before-released imagery from the acclaimed Batman the Animated Series. It's a gatefold that's really unique that when it opens, there's another layer of bat wings that open, thus presenting the beloved bat symbol in a layered dimension form. So it's kind of a cool, what I assume is going to be like a pop-up book style kind of thing when you open it.
What was the other record that recently had a pop-up inside? Oh, the Black Crows, the Crowology.
Yep. And this is going to be on tri-colored vinyl, purple, green, and white to represent Batman's arch nemesis.
Penguin.
Close.
Scarecrow.
Well, I'm impressed at your knowledge of Batman villains.
I'm running out. I'm like, I know the answer, but I don't have another one. Arkham Asylum.
That's not a person.
It's like Arkham Plumbing.
No, that's what the Joker blew up in one of the movies, I'm assuming. Of course, it's Joker-colored vinyl. Not Jared Leto Joker. Well, I guess he was kind of purple and green, but anyway. So it's kind of a cool soundtrack piece for all you soundtrack nerds. It's from Sound Machine Records, and there's only 1,000 copies worldwide.
Well, speaking of soundtracks...
Go on.
There's actually a few that I think I'm pretty excited. Like,
yeah.
This is a soundtrack-heavy release date. We would be remiss not to just, mention a little soup song of the 3 Austin Powers soundtracks.
Hell yeah.
They're gonna be big. If anybody has watched the new Charlie Kaufman movie, no, it's not the soundtrack to that, but There is the soundtrack to Sonic Ghost New York, which, of course, the name is a play on my hometown, Shenectady, a.k.a. Schenectady.
I like that none of you pronounce it right. That's the only recurring theme.
It has literally nothing to do with Schenectady, but I guess Charlie Kaufman liked the name.
Sure.
But the one to actually talk about here is going to be The Virgin Suicides, the soundtrack to the Sofia Coppola movie.
Yes.
Great fucking film.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she tried to capture that very sort of late 70s, early 80s pop radio kind of feel with the soundtrack. So you got cuts from Steely Dan, Boston, Heart, Al Green, Styx. And there's a couple tracks from Air. If you know a Sofia Coppola movie, you know she loves Air. And they even recorded a special track just for the movie.
That's so cool. Yeah, because I associate this movie with not the soundtrack, but I guess the score, which I think is mostly Air.
Yeah, I believe that is correct.
Yeah, and so that's what this is, okay, so this is interesting. So this is for you, this is the companion piece to the standard Air score. Cool.
Yeah, you get some, like all those scenes of the girls and stuff, like some of what they're listening to. It's pretty cool.
Totally. So yeah, so that's just a sampling of some stuff. We hope to see you again here October 24th. To everyone who's come out thus far, thank you.
Thank you. It's I feel like everybody's got the system worked out and they got their places. We're getting in the dark inline selfies, which are pretty cool, like only illuminated by the glow of the giant sign next to the road.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we have good weather again. This year or I would say September particularly was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
A little misty morning, but other than that.
Yep. It was a little Misty Mountain Hop. I make that same joke in the interviews. I'll play it
Oh,
out
do
here.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so we hope you'll join us again. That all being said, you know what we did. We sat in the line. We interviewed a couple people. So we're going to play a couple of those for you right now. Thanks for listening. We'll see you October 24th.
Darn right.
You're darn tootin'.
I didn't have a good outro there.
Okay. All right, it is 8:30 in the morning here, Saturday, September 26th, 2020, outside of Darkside Records here for Record Store Day drop number 2.
2020.2.
Out of 3. 2020.2 out of 3 divided by 0.
Technically, it's out of 4. Because we have Black Friday in November 4 months in a row.
You know, here's my stance on Black Friday. I'll believe it when I see it. But I've said that about a lot of things this year, so I feel like that just means it's going to happen.
Like the original Record Store Day.
Were you here for the original Record Store Day?
I would have been, but in the snow.
10 years ago?
Oh, no.
You mean the original Record Store Day this year?
Yeah, my first Record Store Day was your last Record Store Day in the old place.
So, 5 years ago.
5 years ago, I've been camping out in your parking lot.
Wow. I have, of course, standing at the front of the line, number 1 in line, and...
The answer to one of the crossword puzzles.
And number 1 in some of our hearts.
And number 2 in most of them.
And did you take a number 2 while you were here?
No. I wait till I get home.
You didn't try the porta potty?
Somebody put the seat down in the porta potty. Wasn't me, but somebody did.
Wait, is that a faux pas, or is that good or bad?
I'm not sitting in the porta potty.
I would hope no one would sit in the porta potty.
Well,
You hover at best.
you get over it and you go like Tom Carvel.
He's right over there. Tom Carvel, he's sitting right there.
No, I mean the Carvel ice cream guy.
He's taking a Fudgy the Whale right now. That's what he's doing. This, of course, is the longest intro to introduce our friend of the store. Why don't you introduce yourselves to our radio listeners, or our podcast listeners?
Fucking Feldman.
Fucking Feldman. Number 1 in line here for the second RSD drop. You were here for the last one. You were number 2, I believe.
2. I moved up 1.
Good
now
move.
There's only one way to go, and that's down, so.
I did see our friend Robert Farron is significantly far back in the line.
Okay.
I feel like he was doing the thing. He was like, I'm not going to go to Record Store Day. And then at like 3 in the morning, he's like, I'm going to Record
Store Day.
Yeah, okay. So, what time did you get here yesterday?
5:42, I believe, is their timestamp.
So close to the record. So close to the record.
What was the record?
I believe the record is like 5:26.
I was stuck behind a guy doing 45 on the Taconic in the left lane.
Makes sense. It is the Hudson Valley. Mike Joyce, of course, was here for the first RC drop. He was here, I believe, at like 5:31 or something like that. Close to the record as well. Okay, so it's Record Store Day drop number 2. I actually prepared some questions this time.
Uh-oh.
Did you do anything fun last night?
We watched the guy quoting scriptures and telling us how he's going to hell as he walked by. Some homeless guy.
Wait, quoting scriptures and telling you how he was going to hell?
Well, he was telling anyone in earshot. He was yelling pretty loud about it.
Wow, that's fucking sad. He's not. I was hoping he was telling you that you were going to hell.
I would have started playing like Number of the Beast or something for him.
I like picturing him with like a big, the end is nigh sign walking around. Maybe a white suit.
Nigh.
But I guess that's pretty lofty if you're Poughkeepsie and struggling. Living in Poughkeepsie and struggling.
True, so true.
What'd you eat last night?
Mike got us pizza.
Mike got you pizza? What a guy. Okay, did you enjoy the coffee from Poughkeepsie Grind? Of course, located at 107 Main Street in Poughkeepsie, or on the web at illuminatedcoffee.com?
No.
Okay.
I don't drink coffee. If I drank coffee, I might, but I don't drink coffee.
This is you not on coffee.
This is me normal.
This is you not on coffee and no alcohol. This is just Steve.
This is just fucking Feldman.
I am impressed and slightly terrified for whenever we have like a Darkside, beer night again.
Yay!
Okay. What titles for this drop were the ones that convinced you to come so early?
The Rolling Stones, which is actually coming out after their album that they're supposed to be promoting for it.
Steel Wheels Live, of course.
Of course, which came out yesterday, the day before the promo for it comes out.
Yes, but this is the 2-song limited edition 10-inch with 2 exclusive tracks.
Well, technically 1 exclusive track on it.
I'm not very good at math.
The other one is on the 4LP version.
Gotcha.
And then Roger Waters' The Wall Live in Berlin were the 2 biggies.
Okay.
And my list is huge, this one. I have 5 records this time.
So what are the other 3 then?
The Gwar, Death Pig. And Paul McCartney. And the Ramones.
Okay. And for anyone who is not waiting online, maybe you went to our website, www.darksiderecords.com. I don't know why I did the W's. I never do the W's. Darksiderecords.com. You could, of course, download the menu of available titles that we put out the night before Record Store Day, so you can know everything that we actually have here in stock on the day. This RSD drop, I included a crossword puzzle.
You did?
How'd you do?
Apparently I had to use some creative answers, and those answers didn't fit.
So bad, is what you're saying.
Meh.
Okay. I'm gonna try to find the person who's filled out all the answers so I can give them some kind of discount, some kind of crossword 5% off or something.
Yeah, but see, one of the questions was wrong because fucking Feldman doesn't fit as an answer.
I'm also not great at spelling.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. What's your plan for right after you leave here today?
Going to work.
Oh, that sucks so much.
I got to help my friend move his lawn furniture in. So I have to do the lifting because he's 85. So
is that separate from work?
Well, he's paying me, so
done deal.
It becomes work.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So now let's delve just a hair deeper here.
Do you really want to delve deeper into my mind?
What was the last record you bought?
Ace Frehley. The one I called dibs on during Used 2s for Used.
Nice way to plug the branding here.
In Poughkeepsie.
In Poughkeepsie. You gotta really emphasize the in. It's not Poughkeepsie. That's not important.
No.
It's the
It's
in.
In Poughkeepsie. Before that was last Record Store Day.
How long have you been shopping at independent record stores?
It's about 7 years or so.
What was the first record store you went to?
Clockwork Records down in Dobbs Ferry.
Okay, I know them. Cool.
And then I did a search and found a company that uses, instead of neon orange like Clockwork, neon green.
So you're just a
Apparently independent record stores like neon colors.
Look, we have easily distracted customers, so the only way we can get them in is bright, flashing things and bright colors.
And it works because the sign flashes all night.
See? Strategy. Okay, well, Steve, thank you so much for being first in line. Of course, we'll do a quick elbow, a COVID bump. Thank you for wearing a mask and for supporting an independent record store.
Thank you. Without you guys, it would be boring.
Appreciate you. It is a little before 9 o'clock here, record store day morning. A totally not forced interview that we're going to do here really quick. Because I forgot to push record on a lot of great content that we just lost. I'm here at the beginning of the line with a name you might recognize from the Used To's for Used Previews lives we do on Facebook Live every Monday night. Why don't you introduce yourself to our podcast listeners?
My name is Eve. You might remember me from the Liquid Death can on the Used To's Monday nights.
Okay, first and foremost, right out the gate, how long were you going to let me go mispronouncing your name as Eves?
Well, I'm Canadian, so we're polite. So as long as you could.
I thought you were from the United States.
Canadian, live in the United States.
Canadian by birth.
Well, by citizenship as well.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let's not tell ICE, okay?
Okay, got it. Okay,
I'm legal,
we got to get the
so
fuck out of here, you guys. Let's get the fuck out of here. What time did you get here for Record Store Day?
Just before 6. 13 hours sitting, 4.5 hours trip here. I have a good memory.
All right. Yeah. How long was your drive down?
4.5 hours.
Damn. Where'd you come from?
Plattsburgh, New York.
Oh, are there any good record stores in Plattsburgh?
No, sadly, you have to go to Burlington. Burlington Records, pretty nice place.
Oh, that's cool. How many record stores have you been to? Days. I'm sorry. How many record store days have you been to?
Only twice.
2 total record store days.
2 total record store days.
Oh, okay. And how many of them have been at Darkside Records?
100% Darkside.
He's using my jokes against me now on this. Okay. What are you here to pick up this morning?
Nativity in Black, the Brandy Carlisle, and Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Okay, that's cool. And what was the last record that you bought?
My dib from Monday was Billie Eilish from the last drop of Record Store Day.
Billie Eilish, big fan.
Billie Eilish.
Some chump gave that up, I heard.
I don't want to name any names.
He thought it was Billy Idol.
Thank God he's not standing directly behind me right now.
I appreciate it. It's going to be a gift for someone, so.
Aw.
Yeah.
We also have autographed Taylor Swift CDs, so if you want another good gift.
I also bought one of those for a gift.
Okay, there you go. See, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I looked at the Taylor Swift CD as I'm getting in early at like a present for like a cousin, around the holidays. Like, boom, easy.
Easy.
And it's literally the one hookup I have. So I mean, like, I'm gonna use it, so they
Might as well
can
use
maybe
it.
think I'm cool and not just a bum.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you have any record stores growing up? Were you a fan of record stores, independent record stores, in your younger days? I don't mean that to sound ageist.
Back in my day, there was only 8 tracks, so no, I'm kidding. There were no independents that I know of. Late 2000s when I started going to independent record stores.
Okay. Is there any good Canadian record stores that we should check out?
Yeah, there's Sound Central. Sean, he's a drummer for a band up there. He's owns that store. Au 33 Tours is a big store over there as well. Nice store.
One of my faves.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it there before.
Mm-hmm. I love saying it into Siri to get directions.
Yeah.
I just say, Siri, take me to Ratatouille.
So that's a recipe.
No, I don't think it is.
Yep.
That explains a lot about the directions. Well, Eve, thank you for being here. We appreciate you coming so much.
I appreciate you guys doing Record Store Day.
It is great to see you again in the flesh for our yearly
Meetup.
yeah,
Yeah.
our Darkside meetup. Welcome to the Gooch Gang. The Gucci gang.
all
The
time.
Gucci gang.
Hashtag.
It is about 5 minutes before 9 o'clock here at Darkside Records. I have moved, of course, to the last in line. And no, I don't mean the Dio fans. It's a really stupid joke. I'm here at the end of the Record Store Day line, and I'm here with a few people. Why don't you introduce yourselves? Whoever wants to be on the podcast, that is.
My name is Joanne Matthews Forbes.
My name is Billy German.
Terry German.
I like that you went.
Waiting for Mr. Forbes, who's still teaching at Marist right now.
Gotcha. I like that you went full names. You're going to get put on some sort of list now.
Okay.
That's how the internet works. That's all I've learned. Okay, so you guys are strangers. I don't know who you are. That's not a question. That's just a statement.
Okay.
We know who you are because we come every record store day and we see that ugly face. And I'm waiting for the pieces of paper with all the records on it.
No, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah, we're.
No one brought you a menu? Okay, I will make sure to bring you guys some menus here in a moment.
I think our friend should talk too because he's been so friendly. At the end of the line, people are just, we're a team at the end of the line.
You know what I like about it? You're right. It's like it's so snotty up at the front
Oh,
end of
they're
the
all
line.
Like, we've been here for hours.
Exactly. It's way too
We've got
bougie
better
and
things. Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, my name is John. My name is John O'Shea.
John O'Shea. Okay, welcome all. So I'll just go around a couple quick questions. What time did you get here this morning?
We only got here, I would say, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So what is that?
So about 10 to 9.
8:30. Got here at 8:30.
Okay, so a slightly less of an underachiever over here.
Slightly less.
Mostly underachieving area over here. Okay, is this your first record store day?
No.
No.
Nope.
This is my second.
Second record store day.
It's only my second too. So elbows to the people, man. Elbows to the people. Jeez.
Okay.
These two with my husband
We've been going for a
for
couple years
years.
now.
Oh, okay. Where was your first record store day?
Right here at Darkside Records because I like to live on the dark side. Little Darth Vader.
I see that. I get it.
My first was last month here at Record Store Day, and it was very interesting to say the least. In fact, I was at the end of the line like last time. Yes.
So the same level of achieving is consistent. I appreciate that.
I was able to get what I wanted. Yes.
That's good. Okay. Well, that leads me to my next question, which is going to be what is coming out today that made it worthwhile for you guys to get up 10 minutes before we open?
I'm going to defer to my friends because I'm still waiting for my husband's list. He researches the things ahead of time. I just kind of browse and then let's get this. But he has a list. My husband has a list. He also has a jukebox and about 5,000 albums.
So he is the one who comes with the exclusives. You stay more for the sale
He
and all the
does.
other things that we have
I come
in
to
the store?
support my friends because they were all getting mad at me that they come to Vinyl Day and I have been sleeping in. So I decided I was going to be part of the team.
You want to see what the excitement is all about here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. You guys, what do you have anything on the list that is exciting for you this record store day?
I would like to get the Jerry Garcia album, hopefully.
The 5-disc set.
The 5.
I should have assumed by your Grateful Dead T-shirt
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and your missing finger.
Am I missing? Yeah.
I'm looking at the Paul McCartney. I'm a big Beatles fan.
Okay.
The two records I'm looking for.
See, he brought a list. See, this I appreciate right here.
He's
Achieving.
He's a cutthroat.
I know he's bumping up on the list. You see?
Yeah, well, the two that I'm really most interested in is High Tide Groove and this R2 Tone, which is a collection of ska music from the late 70s, early 80s.
Not this R2 Tone, which is just a collection of the sounds that R2D2 makes in the Star Wars films.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look at it if you want.
Thank you. I will. I'll just pick something off the list. So. Oh, Fleetwood Mac alternate rumors.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty cool. Black Crowes. Oh, The Alarm. I was always a big Alarm fan. And now that's
they were
it kind of dates me, doesn't it?
I bet Rich is going to want the Batman album.
The Batman album. My husband, in addition to having about 5,000 vinyl records, is the proud owner of collecting comic books since he was a child.
They
We
go
have
hand in hand.
about 60 or 70,000 comic books in little individual bags with the backings, and then, of course, an entire library of compendiums now.
Look, I will say, as a person who collects both of those as well, it's a pain in the dick to sell individual issues. The graphic novels are worth that. Don't even buy issues. I'm sorry, comics industry. I know I'm not supposed to say
We
that.
had that a long time ago, but we have them, collect them, and I asked him one time, what's your most valuable comic book? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have a couple signed Comic-Con pieces that are probably
To Comic-Con.
in there. Yeah.
We went to the Comic-Con, but we couldn't get in. We were like walking the streets at Comic-Con.
Oh, you fucked up. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta.
When he was a kid. We went out last summer and we couldn't get in.
When he was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's always
perfect.
a kid. He's always a kid. Yeah, but somewhere in that vast collection, he has the, I guess it's a Spider-Man comic issue where the Punisher appears for the first time. I don't know
Oh, cool.
what exactly that means, but I guess that's a big deal.
You don't have to act like you don't know what it
But I
means.
asked
It's
him-
fine.
I
We all
asked
know.
him- I asked him where it is in the 20,000 boxes of comic books we have, and he has no clue.
Right. Right. Got it. So if someone is going to rob your house to steal valuable comics, good luck.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
Okay, so quick final questions because it looks like we're about to open the doors and start letting people in up front there.
Well, this is much more fun than I anticipated. Thank you.
I forgot my questions already. Here we go.
Left field stuff, yeah.
What was the last record you bought?
The last record I bought was Salt and Pepper. Jeez. Well, I think one of their, I don't know if it was a best of hits or one of their albums, but it had all the classics on it, so that made me happy.
Last record store day, we bought the Al Green album, which is very good.
Same. I was with her.
Same. Okay.
We're married.
I bought Is This Real by Greg Sage and the Wipers.
Okay.
He's much cooler than we are. I'm Salt and Pepper, and he's like, cool.
No. This is a judgment-free zone, my friend.
Okay.
Judgment-free. Were you a fan of independent record stores? Have you been going to record stores? Did you have one when you were a kid growing up?
Yes.
We used to hit the East Village all the time when we were down in school down in New York City. So we would get hit those independent record stores down there and just troll.
We used to listen to the Bee Gees on 45s
That's
in
right.
my bedroom.
Aw.
That's right.
Local Woolworths, they used to have records, you know.
Okay, well, line is moving, so I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you guys for coming so much. Appreciate it.
Darkside.
All right, it is a little after 9 o'clock here at Darkside Records. Record store day, the line is moving, things are happening. People are enjoying free coffee. People are taking advantage of sales. Stuff is sold out. At this point in the morning, I regret to inform everyone that all the abbreviated hip-hop artists have sold out. ODB and BIG both sold out. Sorry. So I'm standing here. This guy's just woke up from being in the line. That is a true fact. Yes, both are sold out. Is what? I guess he is technically also an abbreviated hip-hop artist. I don't know if we have Big L. Let's assume he's gone too. All of them are gone. So I'm standing here in line with a couple folks. Why don't you introduce yourselves to our podcast listeners?
I'm Brian.
Stephanie. I'm Jack.
Hey, y'all. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Is this your first record store day?
No, I think we've been to every one since you've moved to this location.
So 5.
Yes.
All 5, yep.
All 5. Wow. Cool. Have you been to all 5, Jack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What titles are you here to pick up today? I'm going to ask in height order. You're shortest, so you're going first.
Allman Brothers.
You're not here for Allman Brothers. Okay. Over here.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Okay.
Jerry Garcia.
Okay. What time did you get here this morning?
Like 9 o'clock?
Around 9 o'clock.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So you're in a pretty good spot considering it's 9 o'clock. Okay.
We come from pretty far from here, so...
Where are you guys from?
Warwick.
Oh, Warwick. That's where my wife grew up.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, her parents live there.
Oh, awesome town.
That's
love it.
far too much information for our listening base, I think, already. Yeah. How long have you been shopping at independent record stores?
Oh, jeez. Years, yeah.
Him more than me.
Do you remember the first independent record store you went to?
I believe I do. I think it was one of the ones in New Paltz, like in the 90s. And actually before that, I remember going to a record store in Oneonta back in the early 90s. God, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. God, so it's got to be close to like
While you were in
25, 30 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for supporting independent record stores. We appreciate it so much. What are your plans after you're done? I guess you guys got here at 9 a.m., so it's not really, you didn't camp out overnight. What are your plans for after you leave here today?
Lunch.
Ooh, good plan. Good plan.
I know, really exciting, right?
Okay, here we go. I'll ask same question in reverse height order. What was the last record you bought?
What was the last record I bought?
What'd you pick up here last weekend?
I picked up, what was it? Oh, well, I got one waiting in there. Weezer from Record Store Day last year from the Used Twos. Everyone watch.
Well done.
Mickey Mouse Disco last year at Record Store Day.
Was the last record you bought was a year ago? Oh, you mean a month ago last record store day?
No,
A year ago. Wow.
Well, that's because he buys all the records. It's his turntable.
Okay. And what about you, Jack?
Nothing.
Nothing? What are you here for?
Nothing.
You just here to hang out?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. Just so you know, there is free ice cream inside.
Cool.
Ben and Jerry's too, dude.
Yeah. Awesome.
We're also doing a giveaway here. We are raising money for a great local charity to support local teachers. We have a couple things inside. We have a signed Idols record and 2 RSD pieces, the X-Files soundtrack and the Batman soundtrack. Kick in some tickets, help support a great local cause.
Batman.
There you go. Just so you know, it's not the Batman that has Seal's Kiss from a Rose on it.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, well, you guys, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it so much. Anything you would like to say to our podcast listeners?
Just get out there, support your local record stores, especially during, COVID times. It sucks, but they're here for you.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
So do I. I agree too.
All right, thanks, you guys. We'll see you inside.
Thank you so much.
All right, it is around 11 a.m. here, Record Store Day. Most of the line has made its way inside. We're down to, I'd say, the last 10, 15 people here. And as I said here at the end of the line, I'm here joined by a regular, a friend of the store, all-around great guy. Why don't you introduce yourselves to our podcast listeners?
How's it going, everybody? I'm Russell, I guess would be the right intro, yeah? Russell Hanesick, more specifically.
I mean, that is your name. That's
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if you meant like a name introduction or...
What? I mean, it's your choice.
All right, cool, yeah.
We could pretend we're starting over. If you want to use a different name, this is your time.
Nah, it's all good.
Do you have an alias, another name that you normally go by?
Nah, I've been trying to coin the nickname Moose for myself as of late.
That's pretty good.
I give a lot of nicknames to a lot of my friends, but nobody ever gives me one,
That's always the way it goes.
You got to give yourself your own.
It's never as much fun, and no one ever picks up on it. It's not as, organic, you know?
No, definitely not. But
I feel you. I feel
can't
you.
have it all.
Okay, so I'm here with Moose here outside of Darkside Records. Moose Manusik. There you go. That's your nickname.
Good one, yeah.
You just got it. Okay. See, organic. It just happened. There you go. Standing here in what is surprisingly hot sun, considering it was so misty here this morning.
Very.
You came for Record Store Day. What time did you get here this morning?
I got here at 7:30. I came down from Albany.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got up at 5-ish, made an egg, got a coffee, hit the road, pulled up. Then I got in line, and then I walked in the door maybe a little after 10. Not a bad day, all around.
Indeed. Do you know the folks from the V-Spot podcast?
I don't.
Okay, they're also from Albany, and they're
Those
here
are the
as
people
well.
that were standing right behind me. Were they?
It could be.
Okay, that made sense because I kept hearing them say things about Albany, but I couldn't bring myself to turn around.
They didn't have, let's say, glowing things to say about Albany when they were on the podcast last time.
Interesting, that's fine. I mean, most people don't really have too many great things to say about Albany. Even when you live in Albany, it's just Albany. Let's try to see how many times we can say that name.
Do you live in Albany proper, or do you live outside of Albany?
I live in Albany proper.
Whoa.
And oddly enough, I live on Hudson Ave, which is right behind the Ben & Jerry's scoop shop. So I had a very riveting conversation with Mike Sperduto in there,
okay,
who also was the employer of one of my really good friends, Emma. and it's just really funny to finally make that connection because he's also a huge friend of the store.
Yeah,
and he's always out there on that, that Monday night. He's dibbing things.
He sure is. Wow, that is some small world shit right there.
Yeah, so it's like this entire community around here is just like so crazy to think that like I grew up around here and I was going to the old store and then now this is here and then you just like suddenly meet all these people that somehow have to do something with Albany or just know of, it's very abstract.
How many record store days have you been to?
I probably started coming in 2015 every year. I think I missed 2018.
Okay.
But ever since then, ever since 2018, I haven't missed a single one.
So both of them. Is
Yeah,
what you're
both
saying.
of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're on track again.
Okay.
So,
what did you come out to pick up today at Record Store Day?
me being a noodly fanboy, had to pick up that Chon record, which was super sick. So stoked to see that. I really wanted to get my hands on the Rudy one, and then also that Lee Fields one. Struck out on those. Picked up the Nas LP, which I'm stoked about too.
Okay.
And then that like weird like Wes Anderson soundtrack.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was even on the list until I saw it on the menu this morning. So that was a huge impulse buy. But I'm stoked on it.
That's what always happens to us here as well. Is we have a thing where we know about these titles. We order them. We have advanced knowledge. We talk about them, and then it's still a thing where leading up to it, the day of, we'll see a piece and be like, what the fuck? How did I never even...
Literally, yeah.
It didn't process into my brain that this exists, and it's so cool. Like for me, the one last Record Store Day, meaning a month ago, was this one, Marvin Pontiac, the Asylum tapes.
Okay.
Apparently, Marvin Pontiac is the alter ego of a folk musician who was in a mental institution, and someone snuck him in a 4-track recorder, and he secretly recorded this album while locked up in a mental institution. And that's what it is. And I was like, how the fuck did this not enter my brain? That's amazing, and I totally need to find this.
That's so sick.
So, you're not the only one.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm good to know. It's good to know that I'm in good company.
So are you a fan of independent record stores? How long have you been shopping at indie record shops?
Probably since I was in high school. To be honest, the reason why I love this place so much is this was the first record store that I ever went to. I remember I bought the first record I ever bought was the Bounce and Composure and Tiger's Jaw split on this crazy weird marbled vinyl at the old store, and I was like, yo, this is pretty sick. And then I never stopped coming back ever since. But yeah, I mean, when I'm on the road traveling and stuff like that, it's always nice to go find all the hole in the wall spots. I love going out to Boston and digging in all those stores. But yeah, I don't know. It's just really cool because there's just a huge sense of community. I mean, that's also me saying that here, and it's I love every single one of you people that work here. You people. That sounded so rude, but
no, it's fine.
All of you beautiful human beings that work in this store who cater to all of our needs and wants, and you guys do such an incredible job at all of that. So it's very nice to come in here, and it just feels like everybody's giving you a big hug.
Well, that is certainly what I try to cultivate here. Is I part of our philosophy was, no fucking cool factor. There's no glass between us and the customers.
No.
We're all on the same level. Everybody's the same. There's no bullshit quintessential record store guys who are snobs. Everybody here, we're all on the level. We're all in the same place. We're all music lovers. We're all music collectors.
Yeah.
And that's what I want.
Yeah, and it's nice to you can walk in the door and you might have I don't know, pallbearers on or something, you know, and then that record comes off, and then Julia's also working, and then she puts on Paramore, and then you're not angry about it. I don't think, but still, yeah.
No.
But it's yeah, I don't know. It's not it's this is very different when you come here, and it's very nice. It feels very homey to me as well, but.
I often call the counter the judgment-free zone. I originally wanted to make a sign that would hang from the ceiling. That's a judgment-free zone. But I remember saying that to another employee, Justin, and I was like, "Hey, this is a judgment-free zone." And he was like, "Oh, it definitely is not. I am judging people so hard."
That's okay. I don't know. Some people got thick skin.
Right.
Some people don't.
But it's that thing where it's like we definitely bust balls a lot in here, and we definitely make fun of each other, but it's all meant with love, and there's nothing. I don't care what people buy. If you're into Insane Clown Posse or Bette Midler or Cannibal Corpse, like if you're passionate about music and you come in, you shop, we're gonna share in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I feel that.
Cool. So. I normally have more questions. They're written on that thing that I can't access. So let's see here. Did you get everything you wanted on your record store day list today?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, aside from missing out on the Lee Fields and the Durutti column, everything else was good to go. Okay. I was stoked that they had the Meat Puppets 10-inch left, so that was really cool. I'm trying to think of what else. I feel like I had something else on the list too, but I don't know. I always get ahead of myself and I check off everything because I know there's going to be things that won't be there. And then when you get to the counter, they're like, we don't have this. And I'm like, thank God. I'm like, I wasn't able to spend all this money anyway. But I also had a lot of things waiting for me behind the counter. But
this is the day, man. If you're going to do it.
Splurge.
You know? That's what I always say. Like we talk about buying shit at record store day and we're like, fuck it. This is the day to support an independent business.
Yeah.
You're going to do it. Just fuck it. We always do a sale. Like you're going to save some bucks. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah, you got the 50% off all the used stuff, 20% off new.
20% off used and 50% off select new.
That'll do it.
Oh yeah,
That'll
used.
Do it. I had something
Let's
close
make it
to
extra
it.
confusing. All right.
We can edit that part out.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say out of 10, the experience today with my list, 9 out of 10.
Beautiful. Cool.
Not going home crushed.
How's your mom?
My mom's great. It's actually it's her birthday on
what the fuck?
on Monday. On Monday.
Woo.
On Monday. Yeah,
Okay.
It was her friend Margaret called the store like weeks ago and got her a gift card. And my mom texted me this morning and was like, "Hey, can you pick that up for me?" And I was like, "I'll try." I'm like, I don't know how well this is gonna go over. But then Justin immediately said it. That was the first thing that he said to me today. He was like, "Is your mom's birthday today?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Well, that's interesting." Somebody called like 2 weeks ago and got her a gift card, and I was like, "That's so sweet."
Okay, good.
So,
She's
either way,
she's a great lady. We love your mom.
yeah, she's a very good woman.
She's clearly done all right as far as rearing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely let her know when I see her in a few hours. I'll
Don't
let
worry.
her know.
We tell her as well. Don't
That's
worry.
good. Yeah.
We always are like, you have good kids.
Dude,
good
yeah.
Kids.
Also, like shopping here is like a huge family affair. Like I got into records because what the heck is that? But weird bug. It's all good. He went that way.
Okay.
But,
well.
what was I saying? Oh, but yeah, just like shopping here has been like such a family affair. Like my dad is like super into records. My mom sort of. And, like my sister definitely is, and she lives in Louisiana now. But yeah, it's just like funny to. I'll come in the store and my dad's here already sometimes, and I'm just like, we didn't plan it. We didn't plan it.
I
He
love
just happened
that.
to be rolling in Poughkeepsie that day, and like I just happened to come down from Albany that day to kill some time or something. So it's always good to see that.
That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your plans for after record store day? What are you doing right after this?
I'm gonna go home, open them all up, read the liner notes, and then probably, I don't know, make lunch. If I'm being completely blunt.
No, that's
I'm
what I want.
Famished. But yeah, I don't know. Probably get some grub, spin these records, hang out for the weekend.
Cool.
Tell my mom happy birthday.
Definitely tell your mom happy birthday
That's
from us
probably
as well.
number one. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll let her know.
You coming back in October?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
It was October 24th.
24th.
24th. Yeah. Don't you worry. I'll be there. Probably the same spot.
Okay.
Probably
And
just on the other side of this building here.
And of course, how the fuck could I forget to mention this? You officially became the VIP of Record Store Day, drop number 2.
Oh hell yeah!
You, being the amazing, great, beautiful soul that you are, came in with giant, basically like glossies for Tyler Gherkin.
Dude, card stock too.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
Basically, you found the still in the movie Super Troopers that features Gurk, blew it up, put his name on it, and handed it to him. You're a king amongst men.
Yeah, I was a little nervous at first because I've never seen Super Troopers, and just always hearing him talk about it has just been really funny to me. And I remember one day I was in here and he showed me like the still and he was like, yeah, I got it, like Sammy and I are going to get these blown up. I got to autograph them. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll see. And then it never happened. And then I completely forgot what the image looked like that he showed me.
Right.
So then I went and I like bought a Hulu account because that was the only thing that Super Troopers was on.
You invested money into this.
Oh yeah, well I had to pay for the prints, but yeah, but so I canceled it today. It was free, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I didn't
okay.
actually. I went on record. I did not actually
Right,
pay for
correct.
Hulu.
For
Free
legal
trial,
purposes,
Free
yeah.
trial.
Yes.
But yeah, so I like combed that Little League scene, and I was like, that kind of looks like him when it was the kid clinging on the fence. So I ran with it, and then like I made like a mock-up one, and I sent it to Julia, and she kept it under wraps, and she was like, "This is so funny," and then I was like, "But I can do it better." So then I made like a weird like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles font, and
I saw that.
some other stuff, and then yeah, I went to Staples last week and freaking copied off, like made 75 of them, and here we are today. He signed 3 of them for me.
Good. Well,
So-
I saw he's inside. He's actually signing them for the charity raffle that we're doing.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, so if you
No.
donate to the charity, you can get a signed Tyler Gherkin print here at
Vinyl
Darkside
enthusiast.
Records. Limited edition. So you heard it here first. Come get a Tyler Gherkin signed print while they exist.
Yeah, if you missed the Taylor Swift signed Folklore CD, you can come get 'em.
Way
You
better.
can come get this. I think so.
Way better resale value.
Yeah, it's, I mean, a hot take, but agree to disagree.
Okay. All right, Moose Manusik, it's great to see you. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you
Absolutely,
being
boss.
here. Anything you want to say to our podcast listeners while you're here?
Thanks for listening to me mumble through this through this interview. I don't really do this very often, but if anybody's listening who is here today, I hope you all got everything that you wanted, and your wait online wasn't too bad, and you're fed. Those are my 3 bullet points. I'm gonna run with that.
Perfect. All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. You didn't come for records. You just came for a poorly listened to podcast.
We know a little something about poorly listened to podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Until we don't, because we're voice recognized, and then we're like, ha 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 ha, yeah, that's us.
Moderately listened to, I suppose.
Well, I have shared you with a number of local Hudson Valley vegans, so I hope you get some listens out of it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You know, we do what we can to support the cause.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm here once again. It is around lunchtime on Record Store Day. We're down to what looks like the final 5 in line, including a couple newbies who just showed up in the time between when I was last talking and right this very moment. I'm not good at words today. I have my brain is fried from Record Store Day today.
Oh, it's okay.
My God. So last time we spoke with the wonderful folks who host the V-Spot podcast from up in the Albany surrounding area.
Yes.
And you guys are once again here to chat. Hi.
Hello. What's up, nerds?
Okay, so you're here. But hi. That's how I'm going to start all my podcasts from now on. Okay, so you're here for the second time. Yeah. So we're going to do some follow-up questions first.
Okay.
How was it?
How was it this time or last time? Or what are you asking
This
me?
time.
This time.
This time was great.
It was entirely different this time, though, because last time I was here for something for my husband, and then I was moderately interested in 1 or 2 things. This time, I was hell-bent on getting something for myself. So we actually left the Albany area at 4 a.m. to get here at 6.
Holy fuck.
Yep. So I got up at 2:45 this morning to make coffee and breakfast before we came down. So we've been here for a while waiting, but I did get what I came for, so I feel fucking great.
Okay, what was the thing you came for?
Death Piggy, the Guar album. The pre-Guar.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I came for that. And there was only 1,000 copies pressed in total. So I was like, what, are they going to have 3? I need to get it.
Yeah. I think we only had maybe 4 or 5 tops.
That's what he was saying, is he was thinking 4. So, and I wanted Britney.
Yep.
Got Britney.
Britney was my priority.
And I got Batman and Robin. Is that all I got? Yeah, I wanted Nativity in Black, but gone.
I feel like I disappointed a lot of people this morning when they told me about how they were really interested in Batman and Robin, and then I said, just making sure you know this is not the soundtrack that has Seal's Kiss from a Rose on it.
Right.
And then I visibly watched their faces go oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
That sucks for them. I'm excited. My husband's not. He hates Batman and Robin. Loves Batman. Does not like the movie. So.
Strong opinions.
Do you want to have a talk about the Batman franchise? Because we can have I can go in depth into my thoughts on all the Batmans.
That will be that when we do our full get together thing.
Yes.
We can discuss that because that's a whole that's a long discussion. We need
Okay.
Andy, and it'll be a long discussion.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and so you were here slightly later.
Yeah, I didn't leave. I probably left when you got here. I left at around 6.
Yeah, you left at 6, and
Yeah.
you texted me like, "Whose idea was this?" And I was like, "Haha, I'm 10 minutes away."
Yep.
Okay.
And I still got everything I wanted, so we're doing all right.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So why no carpooling?
I came separately. A friend of mine has to be at work, so we have to leave, and they're gonna probably adventure. She also lives about 45 minutes away from me. So, so as to not interrupt her relationship with Guar, I'm not gonna make her come and get me.
Gotcha.
Also,
Did you hear how they left at 4 a.m.?
That's why.
Because
she wouldn't do that, and I wasn't. I love.
not doing it.
Yeah, I love her. One of my favorite people in the world, but not before Guar.
No, your
Guar comes first.
Your girl's not
Yes.
doing it. I
No.
would have left at 5 maybe, but I was not leaving at 4 a.m. No.
Okay. I'm more for the, just getting scooped up on the way on one of those, literally roll out of bed into a car, continue sleeping. That's the move.
Yeah, that's fair. And now we're going to adventure to other, maybe some other record stores, going back up towards Albany. So
Cool.
hitting up some other places. Yeah.
Yeah, get some snacks.
Get some snacks. I got to go to Sweet Marisa's. Get some macarons. Yeah.
Oh man, are you familiar with Lagustas?
Yeah, we are.
There? My wife drove by there the other day, and apparently everything is under construction, and she was very scared that they were closed.
Oh no.
And I really hope it is just like some sort of COVID remodeling
Yeah, I think we would
thing.
know.
Yeah, we would.
That's what I said.
The community would be up in arms.
Right.
Oh, they'd be mad.
Yeah.
We'd know.
I got to get some lunch. Where should we get some lunch?
where can I
Not
get
too
a
far
food?
from here.
What do you feel like?
I need carbs. I need something with bread.
Yeah, something
Carbs
with
and bread.
substance. I haven't eaten since 4 a.m. and I'm getting a little weird.
And you don't want to go south. You just want to go north.
I gotta go
North or lateral.
She's
Okay.
going north. I can go south a little bit.
Okay. Let's see. You just want carbs.
Or anything that's not Cheez-Its and Twizzlers, which is what I had at 7 a.m. this morning.
I was gonna say you make confusing choices in restaurants.
No, that was while I was sitting on my comforter on the other side of your building.
Good move.
Knitting.
Well, there's a great place about 2 blocks up here. It's called Twisted Soul.
Okay.
We probably talked about this last time, but you should try the Ethiopian barbecue tofu rice bowl. It is crazy good. Also empanadas and and bubble teas. Or if you want Mexican food, there's a really great place called Sabor, which is right up the road right there as well.
Ooh.
Crazy good.
Really?
Crazy good.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. And either one of those things you could get to go too. You could get an empanada to put in your mouth.
I believe they're all, they might have seating at this point, but they're mostly to go anyway, so.
Perfect. Cool. Great. You gave us vinyl. You gave us lunch suggestions. What else can you do for us? Actually.
That is what I'm here for on Record Store Day, is to bring joy to people.
Well, I feel joyous personally.
Yeah, your partner there changed my life with talking about litter boxes.
Go on.
Because he has 5 cats, and
He's in the middle.
Yeah,
I'm
because
4 and
you have
you're
4.
6.
I have 6 cats.
Go ahead.
He was talking about how he didn't sleep because of the animals, and I said cats or dogs. He said both, and of course we started talking about cats. And he talks about this litter box that cleans like itself and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I
used to
want
have
one of those.
those.
Yeah, he's like, it's really expensive, but like, it's revolutionary. So he helped me out by suggesting that for poop.
It looks like it's from outer space.
Cool.
It looks like it's like would be on a NASA space shuttle.
Cool.
I don't know if they take cats to space anymore.
I hope so.
I don't think they trust cats in space.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. They do
Start
fuck some
their
shit up.
own.
Yeah. their own colony.
Colony.
Yes.
No, think about the potential. It's like they swat things off tables, but they would just continue in anti-gravity.
Oh,
it's
that's
like
actually
it's
a
the
good
best
point.
fucking environment for a cat.
That's actually a really good point.
Or incredibly frustrating. I can't tell which one it would be.
Frustrating for them, great for us.
Okay, yeah. Quality content for us.
And if my cat's going to outer space, I'm going with them.
Right.
So.
Ah.
Well, and frankly, I'm kind of open to leaving this planet right now anyways. So,
Agreed.
So, like,
Yeah.
cats in space sounds like a great idea.
We have to remember this in like 50 years when space travel potentially exists, and this is going to be the quality content people are going to want to see. This is what they're going to want to see: cats batting shit in space.
Absolutely.
So you got what you were looking for?
Yep.
Kat, did you get what you were looking
I
for?
did, 100%. Well, I got what I was looking for. I was sent to get the Biggie record for a friend of mine. Obviously, I did not get that because you informed me it was sold out right before I walked in. But that's not my problem. That's a him problem.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. So I got all the things I wanted.
Okay.
So I'm living. Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to say to our podcast listeners? I'm trying to think of questions that I didn't say last time. I'm trying to keep it fresh for a second time around.
Damn, what should we say? Keep listening to more vinyl.
Yeah.
Buy used things, that's cool. That's even better.
Buy used things, that's cool. Support local.
Eat
used
good
things.
food and try to save our planet. Oh, and
Yeah.
fucking vote in November.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna say that to everyone.
If you need
So,
help, ask a friend.
Yes,
We'll help
I am
you.
currently helping someone figure out their registration situation. So eat good food, listen to vinyl, and fucking vote.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
That's your fucking t-shirt. Your V-Spot t-shirt for 2020.
It really is.
Oh, we should.
We should do that.
Let's make that happen.
That's what I have to say to everyone.
Excellent. Okay.
concur.
Where can people find your podcast?
You can go to the vspot.fm, and it is on Apple and everywhere. And so if you go there, you can stalk us on social media, slide into our DMs.
Don't.
All the good stuff.
No, don't do that. Oh, God damn it. It's just going to be Steve Feldman. It's just going to be the guy who was first in line here.
That's the guy's name.
That's the guy's name.
So what article of clothing was pooped on?
A sweater.
Oh.
Yeah. So, of course, you're referring to the crossword puzzle that we put in. Was that the last? How many questions did you get of the crossword?
A bunch of them, and we were, of course, the most interesting question is the what article of clothing did someone poop on? That's like the most interesting one.
I do have to clarify. It's not poop on. It's poop in. Poop in.
And leave it.
Yes.
Can I just tell you though, for some reason we didn't go with sweater. The things we came up with were onesie, tank top,
Okay.
and my personal favorite, because we were like 7 letters, what is it? Necktie. And then we're trying to figure out the logistics of shitting in a necktie and leaving it in a bathroom.
I love this.
This is what happens in your record store day line.
So you're saying the crossword was a success?
Yes.
As far as keeping people entertained?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
I will try to do a whole new one next time, and I'll try to think of equally disgusting poop-related questions.
That's
Yes.
perfect.
And Steve Feldman was the
Feldman. All
Steve
right.
Feldman. Yeah.
Is he always first in line?
He's always in the top 5.
Okay. I was gonna say, do I have to come and like usurp him next time?
There's kind of like usually like a little power struggle that goes on around 5:30 in the evening the night before.
Okay.
And they all kind of try to outdo each other. So last one was this guy Mike Joyce.
Okay.
And Steve Feldman's been first a couple times, and a couple other people, Chris Brescia. But it's the top 5 tier kind of all clumped together.
Okay.
Hang out with each other. And actually they do a pretty sweet, they do a tailgate, like they bring a coffee machine, and they bring a grill, and they make food. This time they ordered pizzas, and they bring a radio, and they have power, so they do a whole thing.
Wow.
In the winter, they actually put tent walls up, and they brought a space heater, so they actually had like a heated tent.
What was he here for that he was here the day before?
Probably some Kiss bullshit. I don't know. He's a Kiss guy.
Seems like the type. I don't know.
You'll have to listen to this episode where I interviewed him about 5 minutes earlier in the podcast.
Okay.
And you can hear the answer to all those questions.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Really do appreciate it a lot.
Of course.
And continue on. Be well. Say hi to Wizard Burger for me.
Oh, fuck yeah, we will.
I gladly will.
Excellent.
Cool.
Towards the end of Montrose looked a lot like that. Maybe a little more caved in.
Way less spit on it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Way less spit.
Absolutely.
Well, as we were just talking about, what I really just try to bring to this place is I just try to bring joy to people, man.
Well, from our working relationship all those years back at the radio station, that was one of the things. Because, you are kind of in contrast in terms because you look, intimidating from somebody who maybe has never met you and then literally give you about 5 minutes and suddenly, oh, John's actually like a really sweet guy and, really, cares about, humanity as a whole.
I do.
Which is not the persona that you project. But it's wonderful then, because then you see that, and then it makes you then reevaluate how you view other people. So really, you work as like a nice little like you're the wedge to get people in there and be like, you know what, you need to start considering how you view other people. Because I have friends who are like that, where like you first meet them and you're like, whoa, like, you know, you view them a certain way, and then you get to know them and you're like, oh, this is not like it at all. And then it becomes kind of a running joke, like, yeah, the first time I met him, I thought he hated me, and it turns out, no, he's actually a very nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's part of our subculture. There's a lot of presentation,
yes,
and imagery that's associated with aggressiveness, you know, or you know, like it's all about like being hard.
Yes,
for our
outlandish,
right? Being
to
the
some
punk,
degrees,
hardcore
yeah.
metal subcultures, but it's truthfully, it's so many of those people we're just
teddy bears.
We're just people.
Yeah, just nice, genuinely decent people who will give you the black shirt off of their backs.
Exactly. Look, truthfully, Marilyn Manson goes home, takes his makeup off. He's a human being, you know?
Underneath all that is a human being.
I don't know that. He might be still a monster when he takes his makeup off. I can't confirm that.
Confirm or deny, yeah. No idea.
Okay, so why don't you introduce yourself to our podcast listeners?
Sure thing. My name's Brian Wilson. I might be better known from some of my nicknames, such as Merch Guy Brian or Brian Montrose from the Montrose Basement.
I feel like we need to get you a new nickname. I was thinking about this the other day. You came up on my Facebook feed, and you're still Merch Guy Brian on Facebook, and I'm like, you have long crested that part of your life. I feel like that it's like a limiting nickname for you. I feel like you're so much more than that.
Well, I think a lot of it comes from the fact that so many people knew me as that still carries even to this day, and I it's not something I even attempt to utilize, except when somebody sees me and they're like, I think I know you from somewhere. Like, have you ever partied in my basement? Hey, were there bands? That was my house. Or did I ever sell you a Schematics t-shirt? That's probably where it comes from. So I haven't done the merch thing in well over 15 years, but the nickname has triumphed along, or at least has continued along. So.
Well, I feel like I'm looking forward to the new nickname, whatever it's going to be, because it will showcase, also is in a similar sort of sentiment, the kind and great person that you are.
Well, I thank you for all those very nice superlatives. Honestly, at this point in my life, being a 40-year-old guy with sore knees, I'm just an old guy at this point, so maybe it's just going to roll into Old Guy Brian.
Oh, at this point. Okay. We can make this work.
I don't know. It just, it's, I don't know. Nicknames are so organic. I can't, actively be part of giving myself a nickname. So it would really have to be somebody who would be knowledgeable. Like somebody like yourself would be a good nickname giver, or somebody along those lines. I'm just happy to be anywhere at this point. COVID has ruined so many plans this year that Record Store Day is now 3 days, which honestly, 3 days of Record Store is fantastic, other than the fact that, you're not like, you don't have everything available to you at once. So it's like,
well, I mean, honestly, I could see the positive side of it, which is
Record Store Day.
Well, it's the same list. It's the same amount of titles that would have been out on one day in April.
Yep.
Just split amongst three, so you can you can pick and choose if it helps you.
That's why I wasn't here during the first Record Store Day. There was nothing I was interested in, but today, hopefully, you guys still have the couple of titles that I'm looking for.
What are you here for today?
I am here for two-tone ska comps. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they're still. I'm trying to remember the two.
One's pink and one's black and white. One's dance hall and one is something else.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Like, one is We Are Two-Tone, I think is one of them, and then the other one is. I don't know what the other one was off the top of my head. I have to look at my list to be sure. I really need to look at your list, to be honest. Your list is the list that matters. Yeah, see, this are two-tone.
Mm-hmm. This are two-tone.
This are two-tone, yeah. Apparently the ska community is not big on grammar, which is great because I can barely spell. So honestly, it works out good.
Well, if only it originated in the country where English was born.
Yeah, it really would have helped matters a lot. Oh, Dance Craze. Dance Craze is the other one.
There we go.
So, yeah. So hopefully you guys still have those in store. I had kind of a late night of enjoying alcoholic beverages, so I did not get up early this morning to come out here and wait. How was the line this morning?
Line was good. Line stretched comfortably all the way around our parking lot.
Very nice.
Everyone was super respectful, kept their 6-foot space, which I appreciate so much.
Thank goodness.
Thank you,
Thank
Record
goodness.
community, Hudson Valley community. Everyone had a mask.
Yup.
Everybody was super cool about it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't ask for a better situation.
You know, I'm gonna take a second here. I really want to give credit to my New York neighbors that for the vast majority have taken this responsibly and understand, like, yeah, wearing a mask all the time isn't like ideal. Like, my beard is getting so beaten up.
All of us.
Honestly,
All of us.
if you discount all of the people who have died and have been severely injured from the COVID tragedy of 2020, really the biggest victim are the beards that are getting ripped every time you put the mask on or off. Now, the reason I talk about it like this is I have been all bandana all the time, so I'm not doing the mask around the ears, which unfortunately means pull the mask down, pull the mask up, and you're, obviously pulling up beard, and very inconvenient, very uncomfortable. And because the way the laws are, obviously your barber cannot trim your facial hair, so I have entirely too much beard right now.
Same.
Yeah. No, everybody does. But I look across, some of my news feeds and stuff, and I see some of these people in other states and other parts of the country who are just acting so foolish and making things so much worse than they have to be. So I just want to take a second to say that, New York has a lot of warts, but I think that they've done a hell of a job making sure that we take this seriously.
Agreed.
So kudos to everybody out there who's like, this sucks, but you know what's worse? A disease that's going to eat you alive on the inside, I guess. It's just not ideal. And, most of the country's stupid anyway. So.
Well, I look at it, I try to see like a positive part in the mask beard suffering, which is, I feel like now is the time for all of us bearded folks who have been, like, a beard is like a time game. It's a length of time game. You know?
Is. It absolutely is.
And I feel like a lot of people like do a beard and they do it for a long time. They get used to it. And I'm like, this is the time for us to try things. This is the time for us to say, you know what? Screw it. Let's try a mustache. Let's just try a soul patch. Let's do some, because no one can see your face anyway.
Yeah.
So do some silly shit.
I've done the mustache and soul patch for so many years before I just committed to the full beard. So I don't know if I want to go back. I actually thought you were going the direction of everybody should just shave and then we should just have like a grow off.
We could do that too.
So like, oh, how long you had your beard for? Well, I shaved it during COVID because I kept ripping it off when I was putting my mask on.
I did that early in COVID. I completely shaved my beard off.
You're definitely not as hairy around the underside of your mask as you used to be.
Because it's annoying as fuck, man.
It really is. It's obnoxious and it's tough because like I like having a beard and I suffer through all the people like, hey, I bet you like Duck Dynasty too. He's dealt with all those people and then that went away and so, now it's just back to having a beard for the sake of having a beard.
Yeah. Yeah, and in my mind, the way I looked at it, I shaved my beard off because I was like, masks aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
Soon.
Like, it hurts me. Like, it's uncomfortable. So I was like, fuck it. I just shaved it off.
There's mustache and beard hairs right now in my mouth as I talk. It's terrible.
You know what the worst for me is? The rogue beard hair that comes out of your face, gets in your mask, and then somehow gets in your mouth.
Yep.
And they're just floating around. I'm constantly spitting out beard hairs.
I can't eat. It's like trying to eat with like 8 dogs, and like you're just like, can you guys stop for 5 seconds? Just let me get a bite.
Also, coffee breath. I didn't realize it was going to be as bad as it is.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't have. However, mask burps.
Oh, the worst.
Mask burps.
The worst.
If you're listening to this, like sitting at home, or maybe you're in the car, and I hope you're giggling about this because like you go and you have a nice meal, and then you gotta pop the mask on to go out, and then you burp, and then you're like, oh dear Lord, like I've never thought about that before. Like occasionally, you burp, and you're like, oh yeah, I kind of smell that one, but now everything because nothing leaves the fucking mask.
All right, well, Brian, listen, I'm going to let you go inside and enjoy the records and get what you want to get. Thank you for coming. I appreciate being here. Is there anything you want to say, last message to our listeners?
If you're not shopping at Darkside Records, you are fucking up royally. This place is amazing. I shouldn't have said that with a child walking out of the rest of the store.
Look, parents are going to listen to this podcast with their kids. What parent listens to this podcast with their kids?
I certainly hope everybody listens to this podcast because I know how entertaining it is as a podcast listener. But I love this record store. I love the fact that here in New York we have a couple of record stores. We have some of these, things that people write off. Like we have drive-in movie theaters and we have record stores and, we have these things that are still out there. But please, if you're listening to this and you're like, boy, I haven't had any new music to listen to lately. Please come down to Darkside. Keep this place open. I love this place. So, this is my favorite. This is one of my 2 or 3 favorite retail spots left in the Hudson Valley.
In the world, man.
Basically, let's be real.
It's a small list,
Yeah, it really is. There's not a lot of places I like shopping. Come to Darkside Records. Spend more money than you meant to. Everybody's very nice. They have all sorts of goodies. And let's face it, really handsome staff. Really, even the women are handsome here.
I'll let them know. Cool. We'll do a podcast thing sometime where we'll talk about how my old band. At this point, it would be almost 12 years ago. Played our first show at the Montrose Basement.
That's awesome. Which band was that?
We'll talk about it on the podcast.
I like it.
Listeners, you'll just have to tune into the later one.
Sounds lovely.
All right. Thanks, man.
Take care.